Hi friends! This video is going to be about a Holga again. I am going to talk about how I use close-up filters, which are these little guys here. They usually come 3 to a pack, although you can get other ones, but this is just like a basic set. And if you want to try this with your Holga, you're going to need to get the 52 millimeter, I think they're just called close-up filters or close-up lenses. And they screw in one to another. And they go into, if you're going to do it with your Holga, you'll need to get a adapter ring. And you can see this one right here. It wasn't on the camera when I got it. You can see the difference between these two here. So some people are able to sort of like screw the adapter ring on there, and I did do that. I did do it once the tape I had on there had gotten all weird and gummy. And what I have done, just for convenience sake, I have attached this little string that gives me the distances I need for the various lenses for the various filters, and you can also stack them. After shooting this time with it and going over the negatives that I've scanned, and I will insert those in just a minute. When you do stack them, you add a little bit extra distance between the lens and what you're shooting. So when you've got 3 of them stacked together, you know, you've got a good, I don't know, 2/3 of an inch there. And when you're using them all stacked together, which gives you the closest distance, it adds that, at that close a distance, adding that much more closeness, if you will. I hope this is making sense. Will change the focus. So what might be a better thing to do is to get one of those little fabric, like a measuring tape, just a very small fabric one, like from the fabric store, and just put it in your, these come in a little pouch, just tuck it in your pouch, and then when you're measuring, you measure from the lens out to whatever distance you're doing. So I'll go over the distances here. So typically when you shoot with a Holga, you can't get closer than about 1 meter or 1 yard, and it starts getting out of focus. And so you can do a portrait, but you can't really do like a closer portrait, for instance, or get in like closer to whatever your subject matter might be, whether it's floral or still life or something like that. So once you get your lenses, if you use a #1 lens right here, and I will put the distances. Now these are these distances are ones that somebody else gave me through their experimentation, and they worked fine on my Holga. But if those distances don't seem right to you, there are other ways to figure out how to get your distances. So on a #1 filter, you can get as close as 20 inches, like this. And right here, I am going to insert what that 20-inch distance looks like. Okay, then you have a #2 filter, and that by itself gets you to 13 inches. So I know that this is my 13-inch mark right here. Wait. is that the 13? No, this is the 13-inch mark right here. Or if you have your little measuring tape, that's how close you would be, and you would be like that. And right here, I will insert what that 13-inch distance looks like. Now, for 3, you need to combine the 1 and the 2. Sometimes these are a little finicky to screw into each other. So that stacks on top of that, and then you put it on your camera, and that will get you as close as 10 inches. So we're getting closer here. And then you go to 4. And the 4 is by itself. So that just goes on here like that. And 4 gets you to 8 inches. And here I will insert what that distance looks like. And then lastly, you have 5 inches. And to do 5 inches, you stack the 1, the 2, and the 4. And by the way, when you're doing this, always have your little doohickey here that gives you different distances to the closest one, which is the single person there. And so this one is 5 inches. And that's your closest. And I'm going to insert a picture right here. Now you might notice that last picture is different subject matter, and what happened there was that that last frame that I did with the apple and the pear was a little bit off, and I realized the reason why it was off was that I didn't account for this extra, you know, right here. And so when I did it outside, I added, you know, this much extra distance instead of here. I did it to there, and that's why I'm thinking now, rethinking, that actually having this attached to the camera is not the best idea, and I wouldn't do that. And I'm going to take this off of here now and just keep the string by itself, and then go from the outside of the close-up lenses to whatever the subject is. Something to keep in mind is parallax when you're getting in really close like that, because when you're looking through the viewfinder on the Holga, you're not seeing through the lens. And the closer you get, the more that can be off. So something that I do, and this might be weird to say, but something that I do is I kind of eyeball it, you know, okay, what is the lens seeing? And I kind of go through line of sight, which might sound a little weird, but it has worked for me. So that's just something to keep in mind. So that's that little tutorial about the using the close-up filters. I hope it wasn't too confusing. I felt like my brain wasn't working right at the beginning there. You can get these on Adorama, you can get them at B&H, you can get them on Amazon, and the close-up rings, I know for sure you can get them on Adorama and B&H, probably Freestyle as well. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun using the close-up filters on the Holga. You know, it's kind of a way to get a medium format frame that kind of can do those still lifes that's cheap. I mean, yeah, sure, if you can afford a Hasselblad or whatever, that's great, but that's never been something that's been within my budget. So I kind of work on the cheap, which is okay. That's how it's been for me. I can't think of anything else to say about this one. I will put in the down bar the distances for each of the filters, and I'll also put a link for other close-ups that I've done on the Holga. I think I have a set, pretty sure I have a set on Flickr, and I'll link to that. I hope this has been good and educational and fun for anybody who's messing around with Holgas. And I will do another video on the multi-exposures. So I hope you're all doing well. Take care. Bye.